Well, first of all, B, let me take care of some house situations. We are live at Magna Wine Boutique at downtown Bedford, another location, Cuyahoga Falls. Come through, get your wine, get everything you need. Brittany and Dre will happily serve you, as well as Deb. I ain't gonna forget you, Deb. You are a big part of this too. Thanks for staying this late too. Appreciate you, girl. But we do have a guest, just like Byron alluded to. This young lady has a lot of accomplishments, a lot of things going on, juggling a lot of things at the same time, dodging microphones and everything.
Correct. Special skill set.
You said what now?
That's a special skill set.
She has a bachelor's degree from Oberlin College. Tell me if I'm saying this wrong. A Juris Doctor from Akron University.
Go Zips, yeah.
We got another kangaroo in here.
All right.
All these kangaroos jumping around. Bobcats kill all kangaroos. Just want to let y'all know.
Oh, okay. Go.
And a host of other things that we will be digging into a little bit later. But, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to welcome Tiffany Hill to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Tiff, what up?
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it. I want to say that this wine is delicious. I had the Niagara. I'm not paid for this advertisement, but it's delicious. It's delicious.
Well, Tiff, now that you're here, we start every show with a guest.
Okay.
And we ask them, how did you get to know Coach E? So,
all right.
Fill the people in. What you think?
So I met you, what year was that? It was at the Vault. I work out at the Vault, and you were training there. So that's where I met you. And you would always commented on my shoes because I always switched up my shoes all the time.
That's crazy because that's where I was going.
But yeah. And I was like, oh, you notice? Thanks. I try to do my best. But yeah, so that's where I met you. So I think it was like 2019, 2018.
Oh, it was 2020.
2020? Oh, it was 2020?
Yeah.
Hey, the pandemic make everything seem like 10 years ago. So
time flies.
Yeah.
I was about to say we getting old, but
Oh, I'm old too.
Oh, okay.
Because it's I feel it right
about
now.
That time?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna return the favor and elaborate on that story. I remember that day you came in with them LeBron Fruity Pebbles on. That's the day I said, "Dang, where you get them shoes from?" And I noticed your work ethic too. Your work ethic was a little bit different than everybody else that happened to work out at that time. So we just start talking here and there every once in a while. And that stood out about me. You always had some fly kicks on. Exhibit A.
Oh,
never seen them before.
Yeah, these are cool Kais. Black owned.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that a wicker basket at the
It
toes?
is. He does like different stuff. It's denim right here, a little wicker right here. Got a couple buttons on the back, a little plaid right there. He does a lot of different colorways. So, yeah, I love him.
Originality.
Yeah.
Through the roof.
Black owned, you can't beat it.
Not at all. This is where we're sitting at, is black owned.
Correct.
So you can't pass that opportunity without saying that.
Right.
Coach E, I gotta say something. I heard Fruity Pebble LeBrons. What number?
Ooh. What number were those?
Let me ask. The pink ones, that's the knitted ones?
So I got a bunch of colors. I got some blue ones, some red ones, the ones with the I think they might be like 18s. I think they're 18s.
The first year with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh, first year with the Lakers. Okay, I had the ones slightly before that. I was about to say. I'm a sneakerhead.
Yeah. Now I still have the original LeBrons. I still have those. Yes.
I didn't keep good care of mine, so yeah, those you got me on that one.
I gotta clean them up. They a little yellow on the sole, but I gotta clean them up. But I still have them.
So, how many numbers? Put a number to it.
How many shoes?
Yeah.
So I'm not okay.
So I'm not counting like heels and all that. I'm
so I've never counted, but I know it's ridiculous.
I do too.
Because I feel like, and sometimes I feel like this is just like who
got one pair of feet.
Yeah. and each time I buy a new pair, I'm like, okay, I got to give these away. But then it's like. Because see, I ran into that problem when I'm mad that I gave away my original 11s. I gave my original Jordan 11s away. Like a lot of shoes, like those original Air Max 95s and all of that. Because, you take care of your shoes. And now I'm mad because all that stuff come back. So it's like, I don't want to give it up.
Yeah, nah.
And I feel like that's not good for like the environment and the world. You know, just like for the world.
Part, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
environment and the world.
In the world, you know, it's people out here that don't have shoes, so it's like you gotta make room.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough for me.
It is.
Yeah.
So, Tiff, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
A little bit about yourself.
Okay.
That yours doctorate degree from the University of Akron.
Mm-hmm.
What made you pursue that?
So law school. Okay. I went to law school because initially I graduated from undergrad in 2002 and I majored in economics. So, when I majored in economics, it was like when I declared my major, it was the 90s. Bill Clinton was in office. The economy was booming. So everybody was getting these big time jobs where they were making a lot of money because, and econ majors. So I was like, oh, yeah. And I liked it. I liked econ.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it was time to graduate, George Bush is in office. The economy is bad. So I was like, ooh. I don't know about getting a job today. So I was like, well, what am I going to do? So I was like, okay, well, let me figure out, maybe I'll go to law school. Now, the idea came, I was like, I'll just go to law school, figure it out. And, life is life. And so it worked out that I didn't go. I ended up taking a year off and I worked at Key Bank during that time. And then I ended up going to law school. But when I went to law school with the idea that I'm going to law school just for the information because I want to be a sports agent. And so that was the whole idea. At 22, I'm like, I'm going to be a sports agent. And then what's funny is I'm thinking all the time that this is what I'm only doing this because of economy and all of this stuff. But then like randomly I found like a journal that I had when I was like 8 years old and it said, I want to be a lawyer. And I was like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that I had that aspiration because I just remember back in the days, like a career day, and they were like, everybody went around and said what they wanted to be and what they wanted to do when they grew up. And I remember saying that I wanted to be Michael Jackson's plastic surgeon. And I remember that because people laughed at me, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now it's like, that was actually a good aspiration to have in the 4th grade. Like, because Michael Jackson was heavy in the plastic. You would never stop working, right?
Yeah.
And you're a plastic surgeon. But people, and that just, people laughed at me. So I was like, oh, kind of like coward, making me go shrink myself a little bit. And so I always remember that. And just when I listen to kids and what they want to do, I never like scoff at them, laugh at them or anything. I always just like, okay, well, let's explore that more rather, even if it's something that's just ridiculous. Like, or, just, you can't do that. But I'll just, because sometimes, these kids, you are not capable of that. But it's like, I always like, well, let's explore it. I don't ever want to just shut them down. Because I could have been a plastic surgeon too,
Coach P, you hear that, right?
I definitely do.
Yeah, she said instead of being Johnny Cochran, she was going to be Dr. Miami, bro. We could be talking to Dr. Miami right now.